Men, are you noticing more fatigue than you used to? You find yourself recovering slower after exercise? Or maybe even struggling with focus and drive in the bedroom? Do you feel like your energy and performance just aren't what they once were? I want you to know something important. This is not simply normal aging. I'm Dr. Sophia Carter, and after years of working with men in their 35s, 40s and beyond, I've seen the same frustrating pattern appear again and again. The truth is, there's one food that's often marketed as healthy, but in reality, it may be quietly sabotaging your energy, your hormones, and your performance. Most men never suspect it because it hides behind a so-called healthy label. And here's the hopeful part. When my patients recognize this hidden culprit and cut it out, many notice their stamina, drive, and overall vitality begin to return in just a matter of weeks. Your performance, whether it's your energy during the day, your strength in the gym, your confidence in the bedroom, depends on three critical systems working together: healthy blood flow, balanced hormones, and efficient cellular repair. When those three are in harmony, you feel sharp, powerful, and capable. But here's what most men don't realize. After 25, these systems don't tolerate hidden stressors the way they used to. At 20, you could throw just about anything into your body and bounce back quickly. By 30, though, the same hidden stressors in your diet can quietly drain your energy, disrupt your hormones, and make your circulation less effective. Think of your body like an engine. In your younger years, even if you poured in the wrong fuel, the engine had enough horsepower to keep running. But now, that same bad fuel quickly clogs the system, gums up the pipes, and forces your body to work harder just to keep up. The result is fatigue, slower recovery, and a frustrating sense that you're running on less power than you used to. I know how discouraging that can feel, especially when you're doing your best to make what you believe are healthy choices. But here's the truth. Some foods that are advertised as being good for you are actually the very things clogging up your system at a stage in life when you can least afford it. And once you learn which foods are secretly holding you back, you can begin removing them and notice your engine running smoother again. You are not broken, you just need better fuel. One of the first changes I see many men make after 30 is giving up sodas and reaching for fruit juice instead. On the surface, it feels like the right move after all. Juice comes from fruit, and fruit is healthy, right? But here's the hidden problem. When you drink fruit juice, you're essentially getting all of the sugar without the fiber. That means your body gets hit with a massive rush of sugar that spikes your insulin, packs on belly fat, and over time lowers your testosterone. And when testosterone drops, so does your energy, your drive, and your performance. Think of it. This wit's like flooding your car engine with fuel when the spark plugs can't handle it. Instead of creating smooth, powerful energy, you get misfires, sluggishness, and long-term damage to the system. I know this can be frustrating, especially if you've been choosing juice because you wanted to take better care of yourself. Here's the good news. The solution is simple. Stick with whole fruits, because the fiber slows the release of sugar into your bloodstream and keeps your hormones steadier. When you eat an apple, for example, your body digests it gradually, giving you energy without the crash. But when you drink a glass of apple juice, it's like eating 4 or 5 apples worth of sugar in just a few gulps, something your body simply isn't built to handle, especially after 30. So my advice is to choose whole fruits, enjoy them in moderation, and let your body process them the way nature intended. This one simple change can take a huge load off your system and help you reclaim some of the strength and vitality you've been missing. Another trap I see many men fall into is switching to skim milk or low-fat yogurt because the label makes it sound like the healthier choice. I completely understand why you'd think that. After all, for decades you've been told that fat is the enemy. But the truth is, when the fat is stripped away from dairy, you're also stripping away the very part that helps your body absorb key fat-soluble vitamins like D and K. Without those vitamins, your bones, hormones, and even your immune system don't function at their best. And to make matters worse, many low-fat versions are pumped full of added sugars to make up for the taste that gets lost when the fat is removed. Instead of fueling your body, You end up spiking your blood sugar, storing more belly fat, and putting extra stress on your metabolism. Think of it like buying a shiny sports car that looks incredible on the outside, but doesn't actually have an engine under the hood. It looks the part. But when you need real performance, there's nothing there. I know this can be confusing, especially if you've been trying to make the responsible choice by cutting out fat. But here's the good news. The solution isn't to avoid dairy completely. In fact, when you choose full-fat, plain options like a natural Greek yogurt or a small amount of whole milk, you're giving your body the nutrients it can actually use. Without the added sugar crash, these full-fat versions help stabilize your hormones, support testosterone, and keep you satisfied so you're not reaching for more snacks later. So the next time you're at the grocery store, don't fall for the low-fat trap. Give your body the real fuel it needs in moderation, and you'll notice a difference in how much steadier your energy and performance feel. Another so-called healthy choice that quietly undermines men over 30 is vegetable oils, things like soybean oil, corn oil, and canola oil. For years, these have been marketed as better alternatives to butter or traditional fats, so I understand why you might have swapped them into your kitchen. But here's the problem. These oils are loaded with omega-6 fatty acids, and when your diet tips too heavily in that direction, it creates inflammation inside your body. That inflammation doesn't just cause aches and stiffness, it disrupts your hormones and slows down your circulation, both of which are critical for energy, stamina, and sexual performance. Think of your blood vessels like pipes carrying fuel to every part of your body. When you use these oils regularly, it's like pouring sticky sludge into those pipes. The flow slows down, pressure builds in all the wrong places, and eventually the system can't deliver the smooth power you need. I know this can feel frustrating because you've probably chosen these oils in good faith, believing you were protecting your heart and your health. But here's the truth. Your body runs far better on stable, natural fats. And the good news is, you don't need to make complicated changes. Simply cooking with extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, or even small amounts of real butter gives your body cleaner fuel. These healthier fats actually support circulation, protect hormone balance, and help reduce inflammation rather than feeding it. So if you've been struggling with stubborn belly fat, lower energy, or performance that just isn't what it used to be, take a look at what oils you're using daily. Swapping out those industrial vegetable oils may feel like a small step, but it can make a big difference in how steady, strong, and alive your body feels. So men, if you're over 30 and you've noticed your energy slipping, your strength not bouncing back the way it used to, or your performance in the bedroom starting to fade, it's time to take a hard look at the hidden foods that may be quietly sabotaging you. The truth is, sugary fruit juices, low-fat dairy products, and inflammatory vegetable oils are not helping your body. They're draining it. These choices might look healthy on the surface, but inside your system, they're spiking your blood, sugar, disrupting your hormones, and gumming up your circulation. It's like trying to run a high-performance car on the wrong fuel. You'll never get the smooth, powerful drive you deserve. But here's what I want you to remember. Your decline is not inevitable. You are not just getting older and doomed to feel weaker. Small, consistent changes in the fuel you give your body can restore your natural edge, sharpen your energy, and bring back the vitality you thought you had lost for good. I've seen men in their 25s, 30s, even 35s make these simple adjustments and feel a noticeable difference within weeks. And that same transformation is possible for you. You are not alone in this journey, and you are not powerless. You have more control than you realize. If this video opened your eyes, I encourage you to subscribe because I share doctor-backed practical tips to help men like you take back their strength and confidence. And don't keep this to yourself. Share it with a friend over 40 because he may be struggling silently with the very same issues. Together, you can take charge of your health and prove that age does not define your performance.